Hello, it's Hero12333 again, and I have yet another ship for my fleet. Now, if you see over here, the Claymore is my light cruiser, and over there the Longsword is my stealth cruiser. So, the power range is from stealth all the way to destroyer, so stealth is lightest, then there's light, then there's heavy, then there will be a destroyer. So this is the heavy. This is my first, this is the only ship in my fleet so far with actual turrets. The others don't really have turrets. I basically, it's literally 4 times the size of a Claymore because I pretty much linked 4 of them together and then modified it from there. I don't like how this looks. I think I'll actually change that right now. There we go. Okay, so I fixed it. I like it a lot better now. I might shorten those later, but as you can see, it has a lot more weaponry than most of my ships. It's also got anti-missile. Oh shit, I didn't group those together. You know what? I don't have to. They're already grouped together as Gatling guns. I just wanted to make them listed as AMS, anti-missile system, but for some reason, since the last update, none of my turrets have been targeting missiles. I'm guessing that's just a accident, but anyways, so one of the things I added is what I'm calling the solar sail. At some point I am going to be putting solar panels on these, so it kind of collects energy from the sun as it flies, even though it doesn't really need it, but it would help with recharging the batteries. So it has 4 antennas. They'll all have different signals, so you don't have to go in and change it. So that's distress, I believe. That's just the name of the ship, the Longsword. Enemy spotted, and and attacking. And then when they're all on, I'm basically gonna make that. Actually, I might just add a new antenna for that, or make the beacon. One of them is basically just gonna tell it that it's in gravity drive. Anyways, so this thing actually has a better gravity drive than the Claymore because I added more artificial mass cubes and more gravity. So it has more reactors as well, and they're actually a lot better defended because if you look through here, there's 2 plates of armor. One of them, of course, is light armor, but after that light armor it starts to get more heavy. So there's also 3 blocks from the back, which means taking out the thrusters is no longer a weakness because the reactor is no longer behind that. So anyways, let's just close that up. Close that up. It is still styled like a tower. So here's the little lift. There you go. The bridge is right there, so you can just kind of like walk down to it. So here's all the gyros. It actually turns all right. I mean, it turns realistically, but not to the point where it's overpowered and it's not stressful. More generators. And there is what you guys should recognize as the gravity drive. Now notice it's not actually touching these walls over here. It doesn't go that far. That's because in the Longsword you could simply just shoot the front of it and it'd be done. It wouldn't be able to run away. This one, it can take as many hits as it wants, and even if you get through the outer plating, you still have to hit the inner plating, and then you actually have to hit through the outer plating and the inner plating to get to the gravity drive, so you can always run away if necessary. So I put a lot of reserve power on it. If you look here, reserve power, it's 190 batteries. So, the solar sail does get in the way of my camera every now and then, but it should be fine. I mean, if you really don't like it, you can just go ahead and do this. But anyways, so this new gravity drive works all right. It actually works pretty good. So, neither your actual utility gravity or the gravity drive gets in the way of the other. So you can simply just go to gravity drive. Actually, reserve power. I don't know why I like to have my reserve power on when I use my gravity drive. So 42 days. These are fully filled, and they have 42 days of power. So, anyways, gravity drive on. And as you can see, we are accelerating nicely. I think we pretty much just jumped up there. Anyway, so now that we're at full speed, we can turn this off, and now, if we're in formation, we can easily just shift to the side, you know, make nice corrections so that you don't crash into each other, and so that you get to the place you're trying to get. So anyways, so when you want to stop, you can actually, it actually takes a long time to stop, so I would suggest 1 kilometer ahead of where you want to stop. So if you want to stop like 500 meters from the target, you might want to stop at 1.5 kilometers. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop us, and I'm going to rotate around. Oh, something sparked. Hopefully it was nothing important. It's not sparking anymore. Oh, I think it was the solar sail. I think the solar sail touched another part of the ship. Anyway, so I want to go over the ship, refueling. I want to go down a bit. Alright, so gravity drive on, inertia dampeners off. Yes, see, we go right up to 105. I really think this will be useful in very, very large maps that are like maybe 50 kilometers big and have stations everywhere, because it'll be really nice, because it takes you a long time, even with the gravity drive. You can get there pretty fast. I mean, I can use the gravity drive to get over 104.5 meters a second. I've done it many, many times. So I might make a gravity drive that does that. But anyway, so it looks like we're nearing our destination, 100.5 kilometers. I want to get as many thrusters stopping me as I can. And I can actually just keep flying from here, so I can just instantly enter battle. Just be like, oh, hey, I'm here. Hey, attack. But anyways, so, okay, that solar sail is getting in the way. I might remove that and just replace it with something. Maybe I'll change that area into a hangar, or make an escape pod there. Oh, okay. So, this thing is actually pretty vulnerable in gravity drive, probably even more so than the, than the Claymore. So, I would probably suggest that you keep this in a fleet. The one reason, actually, I guess it wouldn't be as vulnerable during gravity drive, because it has all those turrets, but I'm afraid that one of them might blow themselves up, so I probably wouldn't rely on that. I would probably take a longsword or something to protect you during gravity drive. But anyways, so that concludes this ship. I will be adding a destroyer eventually, but I'm probably going to be focusing more on a weapons platform. So the weapons platform is probably going to have a lot of turrets. It'll probably mainly just have one giant gun. But anyway, so that should be the last in the sword series. I'm trying to remember what I named that. Longsword. Wait, okay, so scythe, longsword, claymore. I can't remember what this one was. I named this one. It was a sword. Oh well, if you guys have a name for it, go ahead and name it, because I obviously can't remember what I named it, so just go ahead and give it a name, and I'll see which one I like best, because I keep forgetting the name for this one. But anyways, so this was the heavy cruiser of my fleet. It has all the basic things, two to three layers of heavy armor. This is for ramming, just in case. Obviously, it's a nice little ramming design. I might actually just go ahead and show you guys what that's like, why I designed it this way. New station. It can penetrate heavy armor pretty well. I tested it earlier, and it penetrated easily through these 3 layers. It does need a bit of help from the gravity drive, though. I will admit that. But then again, you just need to kind of jab it. Oh shit, I should probably actually do this way out there. Alright, so imagine up ahead is a ship that has taken out all your weapons and gotten you down to the minimum amount of energy, and you can't use your afterburners anymore. You can only use your maneuvering thrusters because they've taken out pretty much every last military piece you have. So they're sitting there laughing at you, and you're like, oh no, I can still take you out. And they're like, how, you don't have any weapons? Well, now your gravity drive barely takes any power. So if you're even running on only reserve power, then that's fine. But all you have to do is turn on gravity drive. Don't want to get out of your seat. And you'll just rip through the enemy ship. What the hell happened? I don't know what happened. Earlier when I rammed it, it just went right through and didn't give any... Oh, did I hit my gravity drive? Oh, no, I went right through. Alright. So it got caught on something. Not entirely sure what. But, if my gravity drive is still working... Oh, no. It took out quite a few blocks of artificial mass. But see, I still have enough of the ship left to go ahead and ram something else. And apparently I'm still moving forward. I might as well just turn the gravity drive on reverse. Yeah, so see, I just bashed right through their ship. So, this is a very nice ship because even if you're, like, at the very bare minimum and you're forced to ram, it has a very nice thing of spikes on the front to do that. And clearly you can get all the way through the enemy ship and then try to pull yourself out, which will damage them even more. And actually, I would even suggest spinning. Widen the hole a little bit. I mean, obviously we're going to rip through here, but I guess if that were another ship, that'd be really good. To just rip through a wall. But anyway, so I think I've widened a nice little spot for myself. I was wondering what happened there. I thought my cockpit got disconnected, and I was like, I'm between 3 layers of heavy metal. How did it get hit? But yeah, so these all my ships so far work in survival. I mean, even with thruster damage on, I designed them pretty much so that as long as as long as you have power and ammo, they should be working fine. Oh, I just lost more thrusters. Alright, so clearly my gravity drive is not working all that well anymore, having lost all of these. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This was the heavy cruiser from my fleet. And I will see you guys next time. Please comment and subscribe.